Hello again my friends, this is the boy and his dog and welcome to another episode of Everthoughts, where we talk about play, rank and review, games on the Evercade old and new. In today's episode it's all about halves. I've reached episode 50, that's halfway to 100, and for this year we are halfway through the cartridge releases. Yeah, that was a weak link, what can you do? So I thought it would be a good time to look at the year as a whole, how it's going so far and what is to come. It's certainly been an interesting year already, with Sony's huge clanger changing the pieces on the board somewhat, and of course we've got two last collections yet to be announced. We'll talk about that, but first let's take a quick look at August's game of the month, Slow Mole Plus. So right off the bat, this is an upgrade of Slow Mole, now with a plus added. It's very easy to get the hang of the controls, as there's only left and right and B for jump. But boy, do you have to make those jumps count. The game is very tricky. You don't have a certain amount of lives, rather you die and go back to the last checkpoint. Now, to create a checkpoint you have to reach the other side of the screen you're on before the timer runs out, which is simple to begin with, but pretty soon not so. This game is demonic and I kind of love it. The music's pretty cool soon too. I didn't have a real long time to play it on the VS, but I have taken to playing it on the XP a bit. I'm still crap, but I've got a month to get some kind of progress. Am I right? Again, the choices for this year's game of the month have been awesome. What is yet to come? Are they leaving the best for the second half of the year? Which is bonkers to think, considering how great they've been, especially with the variety. We'll have to wait and see. Right, back to today's topic. We're halfway through the year. What have we thought of it? We started strong with a Turrican collection and a cart that finally shut me up. Well, about a particular subject. Taito Arcade 3 with Puzzle Bobble. Then the second Activision collection, which was okay, but didn't have the hits like the first, along with Mega Cat Studio Collection 3, which I haven't got around to ranking yet. This is a couple of chunky titles I'm still working through. Spoiler, I am really enjoying myself with that collection though. Finally, we have got the third Activision collection and fourth Neo Geo arcade collection, which it must be said is a bit of a stonker, but as for Activision 3, did it feel like smaller returns? Had you had enough? I know the absence of a certain title has left some annoyed, knowing that this was the final collection. In wait for the rare double pack, there was the release of the rare Super Pocket, and I tell ye now, I adore that little thing. I love the collection of games they've chosen, although of course I'm hoping for another rare collection down the road so I can play RC Pro Am 2 on the Alpha and the VS, but until then, I'm pretty happy. There's Activision Super Pocket on the way as well, which if you don't have any of the carts is a bit of a banger of a purchase. It looks nice too. Can't hurt, eh? But like, if you've got the collections, it's not really needed, let's be honest. Okay, so that's everything we've had, and I'd say it's lent to the good side, hasn't it? I know Taito Arcade 3 has me completely blinded with Puzzle Bobble. Do I play the other games on there anymore? No, I do not. But my Milo, do I play Puzzle? Turrican is a fantastic collection. So many games. I'm still battling through this and will be for some time, I feel. But it does feel like a proper complete collection, you know what I'm saying? Brilliant value, especially if you're really into these sort of games. I know Activision has rubbed people up a bit. The 2 carts this year didn't touch the first, but they aren't without merit themselves, especially the second collection. We also got our fill of indie with a great collection including some much needed RPG adventure titles, and one's a Halloween based one. And you really can't argue with the value of the 4th Neo Geo collection with 8 titles, and none of those appearing so far to be of low quality. They're all pretty good. Right, so looking ahead, before things get insane, we've got 2 Visco arcade collections coming. I'm excited about the car games on them and all the shooters. Then the Speccy and C64 clamshelled handhelds. Did you forget about them? And the analog wireless controller. Then it's the big ones, the new Evercade Nexus handheld, the Banjo-Kazooie double pack and the Doom collection. They're all looking to be pretty special indeed. But beyond that, we had the final collections to be announced. Now there are 2 ways to look at this. They've already put out their big guns for the year. This could just be a couple of chill collections to play over winter. There's no way October's getting topped. Or it's all in this year and they've left something truly insane at the end. That could end up being an even bigger talking point than what's just released. Which way do you think they're going to go with this one? I'm not sure myself. Probably the more chill. You never know though. What do you think it's more likely to be, and what do you wish it to be? 2 very different questions though, I think. Now I heard rumours that the last 2 carts are from makers or part of series that have never been on the Evercade before. If that is true, my 2 dream carts are off the table. They were ridiculous pipe dreams anyway. And they were a Ridge Racer collection spanning the 2 carts, Ridge Racer Revolution, Rage Racer and Ridge Racer Type 4. But we've had Namco before, so that's out. And my second one, and this was never going to happen, a Resident Evil trilogy PS1. Could they get that on one cart like Tomb Raider? Not sure. If so, I don't know what the second cart will be, but again, we've had Capcom before in the original EXP and the Alpha, so that's a no. We couldn't be getting Konami, could we? Did I hear somewhere that Sega was a no at this point, or just too tricky? I'm not sure about that one. Could be more indie, which is always cool. I believe it's not a home computer collection, but I couldn't tell you where I saw that or heard that, so that's all hearsay, to be fair. I'm always happy to somehow get the first Nightmare Creatures, Death Trap Dungeon or Philosoma in there somehow, but I don't know individually what these games will be part of, to be fair. So we can't completely talk about the second half yet without having the actual stuff in our hands, but we can agree it's a lot. Too much. I remember a song in Final Fantasy 15, too much is never enough. It was a good song, but that's not relevant here. It feels to be good, like there's something for everyone maybe. I'm happy they're preparing for more PS1 and N64 games with the analog controllers and Nexus. Hopefully we'll see more native ports too, and it looks like it's pulling in a lot of crowd at the moment as well. But that is mostly because of the PlayStation thing, and that could turn around, because it's not like you could replace a PlayStation with Evercade, but you know, they could go into it and go, oh, this is cool, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot coming in, but we'll see if they stay or what's going on. But it's really cool noticing it at the moment, actually. No, awesome stuff. And it's also always cool when they do a native game, when they have a fiddle under the hood as well. So if they do all these special things, that'd be cool for the last ones. I don't know. What I'm most excited for is probably the Nexus, but my eyes do linger at the Speccy clamshell handheld. Pretty. Wonder what that'll be like. Be like. Not that long away to find out. But what are your thoughts about halfway this year? What's been released and what's being released? What have you had your eyes on, already pre-ordered, or will be buying at some point? If any, as always, let me know in the comments below. And if you've made it here to the end of the episode, thanks ever so much for joining me. Leave a comment or thumbs up if you like. But you know, I'm just chuffed you poked your head in for a goosey gander. I hope the day has been awesome as you are, my friends, and until next time, be seeing you.